It says. All right. So I have the pleasure today of giving a Skype interview with Dr. Freddy Magdama from the lovely country of Ecuador. And he is an INTAD graduate of the Department of Plant Pathology, and he graduated in 2017. And he also was an INTAD student. And so today he's going to tell us about his current job and give us a little bit of insight into what life is like after school. So, Freddy, would you like to tell us?
Yeah, thank you for the interview. I'm really glad that we are in contact again. It hasn't passed so many years to get in contact again, so I'm really glad to see familiar faces. I'm really happy to talk about my current position. I'm currently the department head of the plant pathology and environmental microbiology here at Espol University. I'm working in a research center doing actually biotechnological on a biotechnological research center, doing research focused on agriculture. In our center, we have 7 different areas of research, including plant pathology, bioremediation, identification of microorganisms, development of bioproducts. We have an area of genetic engineering, and we are also working on technology transfer. So those are the main areas that we have. There are different projects in each of those areas and different people working with those specific projects. We are 17 PhD staff. We have 28 other scientists working with us with either master's or bachelor degree related with any of those projects I mentioned before. So that's how we work. And yeah, I would like to invite you to see perhaps a little bit of the environment here at my center. So I will show you.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, so let's see.
Perfect.
Okay, this is we are getting into the plant pathology lab. This is the plant pathology. Here we call it phytopathology here. So we have an area destined to do research with plant diseases and studying microorganisms. We have people working on the development of some biofertilizers for controlling some plant diseases, including Monilioptera rhoderi, a pathogen of cacao. Our main work focus also in studying pathogens of banana, including Fusarium and Pseudocercospora fijensis, which is the causal agent of black cigar toad. That's a main issue in our country. So our research is focused on trying to find solutions, practical solutions for taking to the field. We have the basic equipment to do research. We have our PCR machines, electrophoresis chamber, some incubators, refrigerators, and other stuff, basic stuff. We have our collaborators there. Here we have a special room for working with some plates there, microorganisms. We have a minus 80. So all the basic stuff that we need in a lab. We have another area that I will show you. This is for keeping a collection of, this is another area called tissue culture. So in this area, we generate new material for producers. We reproduce in lab and standardize some protocols for production of either cultivar they prefer. So our main strength is banana. So in this room, we have a room for those banana plantlets to adopt to the outside. So we first put in little flask there with some light, and after some time they are taken into the greenhouses. So this is another room that we have here. This is a germplasm collection. This is a collection derived from Belgium. We have 22 accessions of banana that we are using for generate some resistance for plant pathogens.
Very exciting. And so how do you think that you are using INTAD now, or INTAD has influenced how you think about your work these days?
Well, taking INTAD was very valuable for me in the sense that it allowed me to have a broader perspective on the work done in the lab. Sometimes we spend a lot of work in the lab working on specific things, but we tend to forget the importance of doing that type of research. So I think INTAD allowed me to see the commonality of issues that some country has or have, and how we can use that technology, how we can use that knowledge to develop practical solutions, to do actually good things, to help people. Another thing that really impacted me was to know that all the technology is necessary. Sometimes, helping or developing programs in which we help people to get access to water, help people to sell their products, to get access to the market, make a big impact on those communities. So research is needed, but sometimes we need to see the problem from the community perspective, because sometimes it's needed, and we forget to being the academia, we forget to listen. And actually, I think a very important step is to listen to farmers, listen to people outside, and then develop that research for that need, and not do the opposite. Sometimes we specialize in specific areas and we want to keep doing the same research during all our life, and when we face those difficulties, doing research a little bit different but focus on a need, we see it as a barrier, which shouldn't be in that way. I think it's an opportunity, to incorporate that knowledge, those skills into practical solutions. And I think INTAD allowed me to see all the capacity, all the skill that I acquired at Penn State, and direct that knowledge, that capacity, all the skills, all that thinking to contribute with society. And that was very valuable for me.
Yeah, it looks like that's how now you're in part of this very holistic program, right, that's studying all kinds of tropical diseases. And so that's kind of that viewpoint is incorporated into how you're working day to day now.
Correct. And when you write projects and, start thinking in how to get funding, one requirement, I think this is a tendency that all the sponsors ask for, is that we have cooperation with other universities, with other centers, not only from here, but from other countries. So that also is very, motivating, in the sense that we can connect with other people, and when we do that, we see that we share issues, right? So it's more encouraging to, working towards a commonality in which we all join forces and we see outcomes in a great manner, and of course with better quality.
And that's something you even started doing while you were a PhD student in INTAD, right? You started making your connections and building your network in that way.
Yeah. I didn't see how, the networking, how important was the networking. And, doing the traveling through INTAD and knowing other centers, other point of view even, really motivate me, to do more research focused on solving problems. Of course, in a center like this are other scientists that prefer doing basic research, which is okay. It's knowledge, but I'm the one that think that research needs to be to solve problems in a practical way. Yeah. So.
That's great. So what takeaway would you recommend for INTAD students today at this conference or also in general during their study?
I would say, take advantage of it, enjoy it. I think getting involved in INTAD program can enrich not only the type of knowledge you acquire at Penn State in your specific programs, but enrich you as a person, getting to know other ideas, how people think from other cultures. And those classes in which we share ideas, sometimes we fight, because we not always agree with each other, but that's enriching. That's what we want, and that's actually part of the outside world values. People that can tolerate other ideas and that can work under that pressure or under that type of system is very valuable. So I think INTA is very enriching, as I said before, and a great opportunity to grow.
Well, thank you, Freddy. I think with that, we'll conclude our interview, and I want to thank you so much for your time and your wonderful tour of your facility today. And take care. We wish you all well.
Keep in touch and say hello to everybody there. So if you want to talk a little bit more about our specific research, just call me back and I'm glad to respond. So enjoy your time at Penn State and a big hello to everybody.
Okay. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.